in here, unfortunately, you like, yeah, that one gonna cover it too. Damn. And God said, that's what you like, boo. You like people that protect themselves. I said, good. A good one. Yeah, that's a protector. I said, she gonna protect all of us. That one is insane in the membrane. And I am, bitch. Welcome to my world. God said, shit, all them little raggedy motherfuckers down the street, 2 blocks down, around the corner and shit. Them niggas is looking stuck to the motherfucker and not knowing what the fuck going on. But that's good, bitch. A lot of people been mistreating me and mishandling you and everything. And you know what? Shit, we could go on a rampage and start fucking up niggas. And they like, yeah, they could. Damn. I said, why would she come here? That bitch is just like her. Damn, we can't have both of them together. I said, God put them together for some motherfucking reason. And I said, shit, this ain't good. Even that Coke Popo over there looking like shit. She looking like, what up, nigga? You got something to say? I said, you can't fuck with bitches that don't give a shit no more. Because they been mistreated, mishandled over here, over there. And y'all know that here too. A lot of y'all already overstand that that police department is grimy, baby. And whatever y'all been doing, you know what? Y'all got to get it together. Because you know what? Even God said it's time for everybody to shut the fuck up. But God said, shit, I don't shut the fuck up for nobody, bitch. And don't. I said, yeah. That one to tell me to shut the fuck up. And God said, ain't that the truth? Shit, we ain't got time for that. Y'all ain't gonna know where I'm at. Shit, I'm right here with this motherfucking TV watching me because I don't watch TV. And the microwave be like, damn, I keep it safe. And microwave says, shit, what about the end table, bitch? Don't forget about me. And God said, that's what y'all need to know here too. So it says the government is knowing the unfair ways towards United States citizens and is moving forward with justice in a good way. So why would I write a card like that? Because I'm a United States citizen, motherfucker. And I'm getting tired of the fact that everywhere I go, I don't see United States citizens. And y'all be sitting up here mistreating us, misrepresenting us, and dogging us out, acting like we ain't shit. And I'm tired of that shit. And grandma says, shit, I can run everything, this whole goddamn country if I wanted to, bitch. And God said, don't we fucking know it? I said, this bitch can run everything. And she can. And I said, shit, I know her too, unfortunately. And she treats everybody with respect and kindness and love. So reciprocate that energy, nigga. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers is out here acting like y'all this, but I know you daddy. You like, don't she know it? I said, and she do. And God said, stop playing with her intellect because she is really growing even further, boo. And you're going to have to tell somebody something pretty soon here, too, because she don't even know what the hell happened to her years ago here, too. And God is saying, ain't that the truth? A cat is here. So some of y'all may have a cat that is, you know what, getting ready to have babies. And they like, yeah, I think it's about 4 or 5. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. It says they already, okay, are here, busted. I said a lot of people think that, you know what, they shouldn't be here like this. And we ain't finna accept this and accept that. You know what? Denied. We not finna do this today. I said someone here literally has been through the ringer and ain't nobody helped and assisted nobody. We ain't finna have this, baby. Not today. I said, shit, nope. Nobody. Everything full. Close. Everything. And I said, ain't that the truth? A lot of people is always willing to, you know what, come and stalk somebody and fuck somebody up and all this other stuff. But you know what? Even that nigga said, shoot, I was stalking your mama for so long, but then when she passed away, I said, I do not even know if she dead yet. Please let me know she dead. And I said, shoot, she don't even know if she dead yet here too. And grandma said, that's what you need to know, boo. The Four of Pentacles energy is here. So someone here was trying to hold on to this and hold on to that, but they had to let it go because once you request it, it's like, where the fuck did it go? And I said, yeah, y'all can't play with that one. Play with all the other bitches. No, don't play with nobody. Can we state that, nigga? Y'all need to stop playing with people's monies, minds, hearts, souls, and mental, damn it. It's so catastrophic and it's prevalent here in Wisconsin. I didn't even know y'all get down like this. But y'all really be grimy, nigga. I'll be like, damn. And God said, shoot, these bitches can't even touch me when I look fucked up, boo. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, that bitch looking fucked up, but I feel some type of way. I said, I bet you she could do this and do that and do everything. I said, that's one of them bitches that can do everything. And I can. And God said, ain't that the truth? But this bitch don't want to do everything no more. She tired. And I said, don't we know it here, boo? Yeah, it says that they are nervous about the toxic part they played in your life. Karma payback is here, see? And a lot of people are looking like, yeah, that nigga been stalking people and doing things to people and everything. And you really need a peace of mind. And you really don't want people to be sitting up here trying to wet you up and set you up and make you feel this and feel that. And me, I don't care if I feel like I want to get butt naked and do something. And if it ain't the man I love, shit, I ain't looking for it. And God said, ain't that the truth? Even that last nigga know that shit. She ain't gonna be looking for nobody until she connect to someone even more stronger than what I had before. And he knows that here too. He like, yeah, that one, that's not the wet up setup yet. Damn. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. It says, I am here when you are ready to talk. So someone here want to talk to you and everything. And that one cat literally tried to follow you. But you know what? You was gone so fast. And they like, yeah, I know you wanted to communicate with me and talk to me. But I had other things to do. And now I'm coming back because I got to tell you something, okay, in regards to the cats that you was missing. And I know you want some spiritual healing in regards to them. Damn, I'm sorry I wasn't available. And that's what that cat want to tell you here too. And that's their truth. It says decided to be the healer in the family instead of being toxic is going to pay off big time. It says never compromise yourself because of hard time. And God said that's what we don't do. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers that want me to, you know what, start doing. Bitch, I'm 48. I'm tired. The fuck? What the hell? You think I want a random ass pee around me? A random ass coochie around me? No. What the? No, nigga. No. No, nigga. No. No. I'd have been a stab that shit, put a circle around it and yanked that shit out and fed it to that nigga. And God said, that's what they don't want. You not the wet up and set up bitch. I said, yeah, because this bitch is paying too much attention. And that's what I do. I said, she acting like she a police officer before she a police officer. And you know what? I wouldn't mind going through the academy or whatever the case may be just to get my badge, but I wouldn't be a police officer full time. But I definitely want to know what they know because you know what? It's imperative to know what police officers know. We should all be educated on how they're educated so we'll be able to orchestrate ourselves effectively, and they know that here too. We're not even informed about what they know, how they know it, and it's kind of catastrophic when you go through this whole scenario and everything. But shit, me, I kept everybody safe and include myself, and they said that's how you supposed to do it, baby. I said, let me get the fuck out of here because this bitch is crazy. I can't be around a bitch that's been up all night and cuckoo crazy and shit. You never know what the fuck gonna come out of them. And God said, ain't that the truth? So changes in the air. You decided to really raise your vibrations and not stoop down to no grimy ass level. And even that nigga that you was fucking with said, yeah, I already knew that. I knew that. Damn. And see, and when that one nigga came towards you like, look, you can get it, nigga. But I said it a little extra, you know what I'm saying? That nigga said, shit, let me get the fuck back. But that nigga can get it. And when it's about my safety and my health and shit, everybody can get it. I don't give a fuck. And God said, yeah, that's that crazy bitch. Hey, crazy bitch. And everybody said, shoot, don't we know it here too? It says It says he slash she loves you and would love to show you, okay, nothing but love and devotion. It says an amazing union is here. So there's some nigga here that feel like, you know what, he love you and all this other stuff, and you know what, he holding this out. You know what, fuck these Four of Pentacles energy. I can't fuck with a nigga with the Four of Pentacles energy. It's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles, boo. If you remember the display of the Four of Pentacles energy, it's a person that's holding these four coins, and them motherfuckers don't even know how to let it go. They be holding on to it like, yeah, unfortunately. And God said, we ain't finna do no unfortunately here. And everybody saying, don't we know it here too? I said, there's so many things that's been going on, but shoot, you is that person and you that person, and whoever decides to mess it up, that's on them. And God says, so shall it be here, boo. It says your favorite coats are about to be on display. So we already know that you was really gonna be okay on point like Stacy. But somebody here got a lot of your clothes and they like, yeah, this is gonna be amazing. And you gonna want your clothes back. And they like, ain't that the truth? I I said there's so many people that literally is trying to gain access to something that they ain't supposed to gain access to. And they like, yeah, I think you famous or something. Let me just keep this with me. Come on. I said they don't mind coming with you. And they like, yeah, we on our way to his house. And I said, good. Take him with you. And that's their truth. So we have to stay focused. So God says, shoot, somebody got a cat, and you know my allergies is horrible. And God said, you got some allergy pills left, so don't take one now, but take one before I go to bed, because somebody here has a cat. And when they cleaning and everything, they be in the area and space, but they shouldn't do that either, because everybody can't take all that. And God said, they know that here too. Yeah. It says holding back your inheritance. So a lot of people already know that you're looking at this vehicle and it reminds you of something. And you're like, yeah, I don't know what it is. But somebody's like, yeah, we already bust that. And that's kind of catastrophic, because you know what? Them motherfuckers is over here and be doing things and nobody knows what they be doing here, boo. But grandma said, shoot, you got security like a motherfucker. And you like, look, I don't play those games. Not with my life though, boo. And grandma said, that's what you need to know here too. So someone here want to hold back something and act like, yeah, I'm going to make you not know this. But God says, shoot, get out the house. Somebody want to sit up here and, you know what, chop it up with you and everything. And it seemed like, you know what, you was an inside bitch. And I am. And you are too. And you like, yeah, no new friends, nigga. I'm tired. And I don't know why you being social and why you telling me this and why you telling me that and everything and stuff. But shoot, if I tell you this and tell you that, then you be like, damn, I guess we over here just psychic bitches. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, this is kind of like Xavier area. Where is Xavier at? He said, yeah, I got all that psychic bitches here. Damn. God said, ain't that the truth? It says, saved you from more harm than you know. So there's a lot of things that's going on, but it could get real, okay, toxic over here in the air, in the space. And you know what? It's good that you look things over and everything, because that shows that, you know what, you take yourself seriously. And everybody looking like, yeah, and you do. Your body is important to you. Other people don't even care. And they like, don't we know it here too? It says a friend is fucking you up on a low. And God says, shoot, it's just pet dander. And that's what is really messing you up. A lot of people love to sit up here and know your weaknesses, but shit, if you know they weakness, you'll be like, yeah, Your ass is stupid, bitch. And I don't even want to deal with you no more since you want to trigger allergies and everything here too. And God said, but the cat want to talk to you. Can you talk to the cat at least? I said, you know what? Let me talk to the cat. And after I talk to the cat, then I don't want to talk to you and give me the cat and fuck you. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. It says they never wanted to be deemed all white people. They like being identified as their native land, but they embraced it and made a fool of what being white really meant, but no apologies. And Grandma said, that's kind of catastrophic, but it's the truth. And everybody looking like shit. Why would you write something like that? Cause that's what God directed me to write, boo. And they like, shoot, don't we know it? And that's their truth. So it says you will survive. So a lot of people looking like, yeah, you gonna survive this and survive that, but shit, we tired. And we ain't got time for y'all extracurricular activities and shit. I said, this bitch done walked 80 million miles, and I have, and you have too. It says buy car insurance, and it says born poor. What's in the mind? It says your old cars are being used by other people and acted like you gave it to them. And the overall energy, God is working it out. So whatever is going on, a lot of people already know that shit. It is kind of fucked up that everywhere you go, you don't see United States citizens owning shit. And they be like, the majority of people that got flags up in that thing ain't United States citizens either. Can we talk about it, bitch? And I said, come on now. You can't get offended by what a United States citizens that's on their land that's telling you that it's not right and it's not just. And they know that here too. I said, that's that bitch. And then I saw the most biggest tree today. But there was a lot of big trees in Green Bay. Y'all have some beautiful trees, and y'all need to allow all of this tree trimming and everything. If the branch ain't falling off the goddamn tree, don't trim them trees the way they look all fucked up. I said, them niggas don't even know what they're doing, and y'all allowing them to trim these trees? I said, yeah. They fucking up the trees on purpose, and they really trying to make y'all neighborhood look like it's Guatemala or something. And that's what you need to know too. Oh, my body is killing me because I really walked a lot. And I've been walking and walking and walking, and my body is like, please sit your ass down, please. And then I gotta take my water pill too, boo. I gotta make sure my legs don't swell from my salty food, please. Water pill. I'm gonna take some aspirin. I already took 3 green tea, but I need some aspirin and some zinc, you know. I gotta keep myself together, baby. God, God said that's what she be doing. Taking her pills, and that's it. I don't do no extra activities, and I don't want no extra problems or shit. Grandma said, don't we know it? I need to mop this floor because I have allergies, and I can't take all these, what do you call it, pine sol and, you know, everything. My body can't take all that stuff. I really have environmental allergies and everything because, you know what, that's just what I got, boo. I can't help my allergies and shit. Let me take this. Okay. That's what you need to know. So I'm about to do a couple of messages for me. And you know, I always pull a couple of cards for me. I know it's dark, but shoot, that's what it is, baby. It's just dark. Let me take this zinc. Okay. God said, please. I think that's my little sister or my daughter or something. She driving me crazy already. I said, yeah, that one will drive you crazy. I know it. I can see it. Drive me crazy up the wall, bitch. Get this, get that, get that. I ain't doing shit. No, you gonna do it today, nigga. And God said, ain't that the truth? So let me get some cards for myself, y'all. And then I gotta plug up my phone, and then I'm gonna take me a long nap. I'm gonna see, tell my sons I am okay, daughter I'm okay. I'm using the Wi-Fi. The phone bill is 300 and some dollars. Everybody needs a cash at me so I can pay that phone bill. Cause we got T-Mobile, the family plan, and that stuff is expensive. And I've been paying that for a minute. But this time my payment was originally $235, but by me being late, they split the payments in two. And I'm supposed to pay the $116, but now it's delayed, so now they want me to pay the whole 300 and something. And that's what they be doing at T-Mobile, unfortunately. And God said that's what you need to know. So we're gonna get a couple of cards for me before I knock out, y'all. I'm tired. I had a long day and a long night. Y'all know I ain't sleep. And I recorded some stuff and everything, and I'm gonna upload it. And I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, just uploading so people can't splice my stuff. Cause there's been somebody that's literally been cutting my videos in half, and y'all know I don't edit nothing. And YouTube ain't stopped them from doing it. And you know what? I ain't got time to be going through all that shit, because I have already spoken out about all this stuff that's continuing, okay, not only on YouTube, but other stuff. And I'm not going to keep on repeating myself, baby. That's too much. I'm too tired. And I'm 48 years old. I'm exhausted, bitch. I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but I done raised 3 kids, okay, 2 husbands, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. I'm poop. Shit, I don't want to do no more raising, baby. I'm out of here. And God said that's what you need to know here, too. So let's see. So this card popped. So it says, hey, Mom. It says, I'm more amazing now because of you. It says, trusting in God. Damn. So my children is trusting in God today, and that's good. I got children that came from my body, but I got other children that, you know what, it's not from my body, but they like, what up, mama? You okay, nigga? Call me. And Grandma said, ain't that the truth? Some of your motherfucking dean children is having a hissy fit like, you know what? Where mama at? Because if anything happened to mama, somebody had to really snap out of it, boo. And they like, what? Hold on, what the fuck is going on? And where the fuck mama at? And what the fuck happened and when? You know what? We all doing too many drugs and y'all don't know what the fuck is going on with your mamas out here. And that's what they know now too. They all looking like, yeah, we fucked up big time. And we really made them fuck up big time because we trusted them to help and assist and to guide some shit. And I said, yeah, mamas won't allow that shit to happen again. And I said, we won't. I said, I don't give a fuck. When I get everything situated and everything back on track or whatever the fuck case may be, shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I done lived some dangerous moments in this motherfucking being homeless and shit. Almost needing to kill a nigga and this and that. That's too much. I can't go to jail. My motherfucking record clean, bitch. I ain't a criminal. You can't be a criminal being a realtor. You can't be a criminal doing that, baby. Okay? They're like, shit. And she can't. Fuck you mean? So she say get back. She'll call 911 in a minute, and I will. Fuck you mean? I ain't putting no hands on nobody. I said everybody looking at me like I'm finna get ready to blow up the world, but that's because they guilty, because they mistreated me, misinformed other people about me, and acted like what? I'm a grimy ass bitch, nigga. I'll fuck your ass up. And then I'll come over there and make it look real sexy, nigga. But I ain't gonna sit up here and wear identifying clothes and hair and shit. It'll be totally different, nigga. Come on. I'm smart. Why y'all acting like I was stupid, nigga? I said, yeah. She just sat down, nigga. And you want to come over there and say some shit. Yeah, your ass on that hit list. And you like, damn. Unfortunately. That guy says, shit, where the hit list at? Shit, we know that nigga on the hit list. Look after that nigga. They like, no, that nigga can die. Stupid ass motherfucker, dumbass nigga. I said, unfortunately, here too. I said, that bitch don't want to deal with nobody. And I said, don't she? She don't want to deal with nobody. And she ain't afraid to, okay, say it, boo. Grandma said, we out here doing nothing. See, my grandma Smith, she love to go outside and party and shit, but she'll sit her ass back down. My grandma McGee, she like, shit, I did enough of that. I'm over it. And that's how I am, too. Now, if you got a pool table, I'll CC your ass. But if you ain't got a pool table, bitch, don't contact me. And God said, ain't that the truth? High vibrational children is here. So a lot of people is looking like, you know what? I think that's my okay. Second baby mama, something, something of something and something, and I gotta tell somebody something, and that nigga said, yeah, and it is. He like, damn. How did y'all find each other? I said, shit, only God knows. And God said, shoot, that story is gonna be told pretty soon. And he like, yeah, I know. And that car do look like a wet up and set up car. And what the fuck is that? And God said, ain't that the truth? Me? I don't cross pathways with vans, trucks, anything. I don't cross pathways with men or niggas. I mean, women or men. I don't care what you are, you know? And if I feel your energy and I feel like you're trying to get close to me to do something and everything, shit, I'm going the other way. And that's just me. I'm keeping myself safe and you safe too. And you like, yeah, and she do. And that's my truth. Yeah, it says no one on earth can tell you anything about the aftermath, or can they? Interesting, bitch. So someone here is getting ready to really show you something and say, you know what? This is what you've been waiting for. And when this happens, it's going to be catastrophic here, boo. Because that bitch don't even like people to tell her shit. And she like, I really would just chop your head off. And I said, that bitch want to chop heads off too. So both of y'all going to be decapitated niggas. And you like, yeah, don't chop my head off though. And that's my truth. It says friends are fucking you on the low. Fucking you up on the low. So someone here could be sitting up here trying to, you know what, give me drugs, give me STDs, wipe they coochie on this, wipe they... Stay away from me, motherfuckers. That's why I don't even talk to nobody. And everybody's saying, that's what we know here too. I said, you really look like your BFF back in the day, but she don't look like that no more. She like, damn, damn, what the fuck? And I said, shit, damn. We done fell off, bitch. We need to go walking with your ass. Come on, let's walk. I said, this bitch been walking everywhere. I saw her. And God said, ain't that the truth? Yep, it says holding your inheritance. So someone here is holding back my inheritance, but shit, that's all y'all do. Everybody hold everything back from me, and I'm tired. So whatever you holding back from me, whoever the fuck you is, fuck you, draw to, don't say shit to me. Because if I pick up on the fact that you holding some shit out from me, nigga, it's over with. And you like, ain't that the truth? Let me tell you nothing then. But I'm going to find out if God needs me to find out here too. Yeah, stay focused. So grandma said your children is very high vibrational. And I know that. My middle son say, damn. Mama, why you always put me out there and everything? And my name Eli. And I said, yeah, he Eli. And then we got Venus and then we got Shy. And I said, damn, aren't y'all out there? And we all, bitch, get like us. You know what I'm saying? I said, shit, these motherfuckers be coming through like shoe. Even Excel and Diami said, damn, what's our alias, nigga? Well, y'all need to think about that, boo. Okay. And even Sierra said, shit, what up, bitch? Where you at? God said, I'm tired. And that's what the fuck I'm at. And that's our truth here too. It says leaving you was a horrible experience. So someone here don't want to leave you and they want to chop it up and everything. And that nigga said, hell no. Someone don't want you to be closer than most. Well, but we ain't get closer than most. They just don't want you to be BFF because that could be catastrophic, baby. And I said, can't it? I said, these niggas and that bitch looking like, yeah, what up, G? I said, yeah, she CCing and looking there and thing. I said, did she used to work for the department or some shit? This bitch standing like she ready to get somebody. And God said, shit, everybody can get it. I'm going to get somebody, at least three. And God said, damn, three, bitch, at least three. Yeah. Because I got rage inside of me. I ain't got anger. This is rage. And I have been literally been constantly being calmed down by God because I'll be like, man, I really want to pop off. And then all of a sudden I don't pop off. It be surprise to me. And God said, because we got bigger fish to fry. And this I do see. And that's what you need to know here too. Yeah, a casual dresser is here. And then it says they are really deceased. So there's someone here that's really passed away and they like, yeah, I need to tell you somebody passed away in their sleep. And grandma said, shoo, they don't even want to tell you somebody passed away, but someone passed away. And they really looking like, yeah, you ain't going to like that. Because you know what? It's one of your children that you really ain't going to like. And I said, shit, not today, tomorrow, next week, and forevermore. And grandma said, shoo, they left something for you. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. I need to know. It says, being homeless will be a thing of the past for you. Wow. Why would I write this card? Because God directed me to. It says, being homeless will be a thing of the past for you. It says, looking for a tent to balance out nothing. Okay, your enemies is here too. And God said, that's what you need to know here, boo. So a lot of people want to sit up here and give you this and give you that and act like, yeah, you homeless, you on the street and everything. But shit, baby, me, I have been through a lot and I already know that this is a spiritual, it's a spiritual transformation for me to see something that I have to make so much better for people out here. And I really have been walking these areas and places and you know what, these streets and companies and organizations, and I've been networking quite a bit. You know, I have been literally putting my name out there so people will know me. They be like, shoot, we know her too. She stopped by and said this and said that, and she really wanted to do this, and I could see it in her eyes. And God said, that's heartbreaking to a lot of people, boo. And they like when people really are gun ho to do something amazing and put it together. And I hit all the major points, it should come together. And God said, don't we know it here too? So there's some people here that like the fact that I'm homeless, like the fact that I'm struggling, like the fact that I'm this and that and all this other shit. But that's all dandy, baby. Everybody always sat up here and wanted the worst for me, but I never wanted the worst for everybody else, and everybody know that too. So shit, if you an enemy, stay behind enemy line and don't come over here, cause you know what? You can't even be an ally, bitch. And you like, ain't that the truth? I said, shit, I get the bitch a tent. Give me a tent so I can go out there and shoot. I wouldn't mind. You think I'm gonna be what? All up in my body mind if you give me a tent, nigga? Shit, it'll help me actually. And then I ain't gotta get a room. I could just go ahead and put some snacks in my bag, with give me some blankets and some water, get a cooler and shit, and then get one of them pans that's electric and I can do something, boo. That's all I would need. I'd go far out in the woods. And I'd be like, that's all I would need. So give me a 10, bitch. Okay, drop it off. Wherever y'all at, drop it off, okay? Shoot, you think I'm sit? My ego ain't that big, baby. And everybody like, shoot, we know that too. See? It says, watched you grow up in secret and never told you, okay, who they really was, a stalker. And God said, that's what you know here too. A lot of people always want to act like this and act like that, but shit, they ain't even know you was coming this way. But at least we had this ready and that ready and everything, and that's a good thing, boo. Sometimes people really need to have things together. And that one lady is looking like, yeah, you don't even need to come back here because I ain't trying to do you a service at all. And she not. And why is that? She don't even know. There's so many people that have literally mistreated me and misrepresented me and threw me up under the bus, but a shit I ain't did to nobody. And grandma said that's what they don't understand here too. So there's been a constant thing that comes out in these messages where I'm going to be put in a situation to have to face my enemies or face people who have really fucked me up, and they gonna have to get my help and assistance, and I ain't gonna help with shit. And I'm gonna really be doing their ass just as dirty, if not even dirtier. You know what? Because they fucked me up out of nowhere here, boo. And God says, shit, you can't even scan what you need to scan, and you looking like, yeah, unbeknownst to you, I'm legit, baby. See, I can drive. I'm valid. And you like, dang, and they can. See? And all y'all be acting like what? These United States citizens is dirty, nigga? And that's what I be talking about. See? That's my motherfucking premise on all this shit. Cause all y'all motherfuckers be sitting up here dirty than a motherfucker, grimy than a motherfucker, licking and sucking on each other and be like, damn, this is business. How could it be business when you just was licking and sucking on that bitch? And God said, ain't that the truth? But you just, okay, equivocate her to just fun. Like she just a little play doll, damn. And that's kind of fucked up, boo. And grandma said that's what y'all need to overstand here too. Me, I stand for something. And my premise that came out several months ago in regards to United States citizens being mistreated and mishandled and misrepresented, I literally had a whole bank account with BMO. This Negro wanted me to show all kind of proof of everything. I had everything. And then he opened the account and then they decided to fuck me up. And guess what? They was not from the United States and they was working on a visa. And that's kind of fucked up that they fucked a United States citizen up. But why? When I had everything that you requested of me. And God said, that's what's fucked up. That's what I'm talking about. So it's just like me going to your native land, opening up a business and looking at you like, I'm not gonna give you shit because you from here. And that's kind of fucked up, see? But I am an international bitch. I don't sit up here and discriminate against anything. And God said, don't we know it here too? I said, she don't discriminate. And she really is talking to me like, shoot, she know me from way back when. And I do. And he like, yeah, I think she do. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says God is knowing, okay, the truth now and is getting it all smoothed out for you and your family. It says you didn't deserve this. And I know I didn't deserve this, baby. I know I didn't because I've been good to too many motherfuckers out here. And everybody be acting like I deserve it. Hell the fuck no. Y'all should have been running to my aid to make sure I didn't get in no extracurricular activity and all this other shit. Y'all should have been there for me. And God said that's what the fuck they know too. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, bitch, you wouldn't have even been able to get that far. And you know that too. You'd be like, yeah. She would have been like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get this done. Smoothed it over for you so you can think in order to transcend and put your life back together again. And that's what I do. That's who I am. That's my soul. See? But ain't none of y'all came to my aid and rescue the way y'all was supposed to. And you know that. See? And you like, yeah, I really need to send you all of this. And you do. And you keep on holding shit back and acting like it's okay. And acting like you doing people a favor. But you not. Because it belongs to me. And you know that, bitch. I keep on telling you to stop playing with me, and then you gonna keep on playing. I said, exactly. And that's what's wrong. I don't know why y'all keep on playing with these insane and the membrane bitches. Y'all really need to pay attention. That thing wrapped too tight, damn. And y'all need to stop holding back this truth. And God said, that's what you need to know here too. Yeah, it says your ancestors are okay with you in a good way. And that's what I know. Even when I was walking all the way from that area and space and everything, because you know what? When I put the address in the GPS, it said 3 hours and 30 minutes. I said I can make it. And I could. But I said, forget it. Let me go ahead and catch this bus since they gave me a free bus pass. So I used the bus pass and everything. And God says, you know what? That was a good thing because it saved my hips a little bit. But by me walking, it is straightening out my gauge even more because I was literally crooked, and I'm getting straightened out because now I can feel pressure on this leg, and that's a good thing because at first I could only feel pressure on the right leg. So all this walking is doing justice for me, and God said that's what I like, baby. So there's a lot of things that's going on, but shit, I have been poisoned, I have been drugged, I have had fumigation of smells. I have had, smells come out my body out of nowhere. I've been through everything. Shit, my own daddy was drugging me, and he was like, yeah, he was spraying so much goddamn shit in that house and everything. Shit, if you think you know what, you doing some shit. My daddy done did it all, and that nigga like, yeah, and he ain't shit. See, and grandma said, don't we know it here too? So there's a lot of people that really need to move forward in their life, but shoot, I ain't got no friends, okay? A lot of y'all need to understand that me, I'm really by myself. And I don't want no company. I don't want no chop it up and no wet up to set up and none of that. I don't want nobody all of a sudden touching me. Nigga, what you doing? I might end up just stabbing you with some scissors or some shit. And then I got a case and then they'll throw all of this shit that God had for me playing out the door. And God said that's what y'all need to know here too. So I need to stay 10 toes down. But God said, you know what? Someone can't even come back around no more. Because they said, shit, y'all was really faking it more so than anything. And that's what they know here too. I said, yeah, this bitch is really trying to show y'all that they don't give a shit. So let me get my cards out of here. Because she put so much that shit on there that I got a snack, y'all. I got a snack. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me get these cards because I'm tired. I could turn on the bathroom light. It's kind of weird how the light is set up, but it is what it is. It's a place to lay my head, and that's a good thing, boo. God said, ain't that the truth? I'm about to say, damn, did someone give me for the cards already? You know, some people be stealing so much stuff from me that it be catastrophic. I have literally had to learn how to let go of people, items, places, things, and everything. Shoot, I don't. They be like, it's over. Okay, well, it was nice knowing you, nigga. You know, I can't even get mad, nigga. I can't even get mad. And God said, ain't that the truth? So somebody here literally is looking like, shoe. You don't recognize me, you don't know me, you don't want me, and all this other stuff. But that nigga said, shoe. You so far gone that you don't even know what to say no more. And God said, ain't that the truth? So we finna get a Virgo woman reading for some reason. And I don't know who is really deceased, but maybe they talking about my mama or someone that I know, or one of my children that, you know what, did not come from my body. And they like, shoot, when I find out, that's not gonna be good. And I said, I don't know why they came towards you in the spiritual realm, but maybe they're not ready yet. And that's my truth. So I got that. So let's go ahead and get some sleep in a minute. But we're gonna do a Taurus man born in May. You said, can we have a smile with those pearly whites? It says rage is bad for your health. I know, but people keep fucking me up. Everybody keep on being mean to me. So it's not, when people constantly is showing they ass to you, acting like, you know what, you ain't a grown ass woman, and coming towards you and calling the popos like, yeah, I think we gonna need backup for this one. Even the police said, what the fuck did you call us for? And when did they discharge? I said, you know what? I should jump out this car and smack your ass and make it look sexy, nigga. Because I'd rather go hard on that bitch in a good way. And I ain't finna go up in there and be stupid like your ass. And God said, ain't that the truth? Said that nigga said, not today, tomorrow, and next week. What up, G? How you doing, bitch? I said, see, I ain't finna embarrass myself. Fuck you, me. I said, that bitch ain't did shit wrong, dumbasses. And I know that. And I said, ain't that the truth? All y'all did something wrong because y'all look guilty to the motherfucker. And they did, didn't they? And that's how it be, baby. I said, shit. That bitch over there trying to get it together and see this and see that and all this other shit. And y'all gonna sit up here and act like that's not gonna be what? A motherfucking hit list ad? It is, bitch. Hey, add it to the hit list, nigga. What up, G? God says, shit, I can't fuck with that bitch. I don't need nobody add me to the hit list. Fuck. Shit. And God said, shoot, I gotta keep calming this bitch down. And y'all be acting like what? She ain't crazy. Literally today, when cause I had to sleep in the police station in Brown County and everything, cause you know what? That was the best choice I had, either to walk all the way back to Green Bay in town, or you know what, just find the police station and walk there, and that's what I chose to do. I said, shit, cause it's public place, so you can be there. And they like, you can. And God said, ain't that the truth? Shit. And I said, this bitch is smarter than a little bit. And I said, ain't that the truth? You need to be hanging around with a bitch that's gonna think about some shit. But God said, shoot, I ain't going back out there, because they was acting like I was doing this and acting like I was doing that. I said, everywhere I go, everybody want to act like I done did the most and I ain't do shit. And that's kind of catastrophic, but that's what they did. Oh my God. I said, that bitch didn't even come in and say 2 words. I said, not at all. See? And they know that. Didn't nobody come up in the motherfucking establishment to check up on me. How you doing? Are you okay? Is there a reason why you here or anything? Didn't nobody. I was in motherfucking Brown County Sheriff's Department. Ain't nobody came up in there and said shit to me. And we got it on video, boo. You was there the whole time by yourself. And God said, ain't that the truth? Nobody checks up on me, baby. But they want me to check up on all of them. Nigga, fuck you. I ain't checking up on nobody no more. Fuck that. When I literally started walking by myself in the middle of the night again, because this is the 3rd time that this motherfucking Wisconsin state then put me out in the middle of the night as a lady and act like it's okay and shit. And you know what? Your motherfucking whole family offspring's gotta pay for that shit, nigga. Yeah, all 3 of y'all motherfuckers. You know who you are. And God said, ain't that the truth? I said, why is this bitch looking at my son? I said, do you not know that people pay attention to your offsprings, nigga? Because you pay attention to other people's offsprings. And you like, yeah, let me stop doing that. Because everybody can get it. And you like, yeah, I don't like that. But you do it. A lot of y'all be sitting up here acting like it's okay for you to be threatening people and coming at people, children and family and everything. And then when people do it to y'all, it's a problem? No. No. You got to take that G just like I did, nigga. I had to take all this shit that y'all done tossed my way. And I took it like a G. And everybody like, yeah, and she did. Fuck you, mean. I said, didn't nobody check up on me and say hi, how you doing, and nothing. Your stupid ass want to come out the motherfucking way and act like you making a goddamn point. You ain't making no points. You look this dumb. And everybody like, yeah. That one nigga been sitting over there and y'all don't even know who the fuck that nigga is. And y'all ain't go over there and ask him shit. But y'all want to come to a woman? I said, y'all just coming to me because I got dark skin. And the whole thing is, I ain't trying to go to jail. You see? And that nigga over there sitting in that chair that y'all don't even know, when he had called his friends and everything, and they just sitting up in the motherfucking emergency room with nowhere to go. And they like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, boo. And I said, they don't even know that we here to fuck up the whole entire place. And that's what they was doing. See? And now all y'all gonna be like, damn, what happened? Because y'all didn't prosecute people to the fullest extent of the law. And y'all like, yeah, he okay because he got a certain color, skin color, and the hair texture. You dumb, nigga. And that's why I don't fuck with people like that. And when I was walking in the middle of the night and everything, and I was, you know what, walking down, what street is that? In Bellevue or something like that. I was like, yeah, they don't care about me. I said, this is the third time nobody cares about me. So I have made it a point throughout the whole night to analyze. I don't give a shit about y'all. The only people I give a shit about is the people that give a shit about me and my children and myself, but not in that order. Myself, my children, and the people that care about me, bitch. Other than that, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck if you blow your head off and anything. That's on you, boo. And that's how I feel. I don't give a fuck if you walk down the street and decide to, you know what, spin out and, you know what, bump your head on the goddamn pole and shit. Don't call me, because I ain't calling nobody. And if I do call somebody, ain't nobody gonna rush to my aid. So, bitch, take that like a G like I do. And God said, that's what I be doing. I took that shit like a G, and they like, yeah, this bitch gonna end up murking somebody. And God, we had that one reading where God said, look, I don't want you to become a serial killer, and these shoes can last for 5 years, and I don't want that. And I said, I really prepared myself to figure out what I was going to do with this last night. And God said, you know what? Let me smooth this over, because that nigga didn't do shit. Somebody else did that to that nigga. And that nigga said, yeah, thank you, God, for letting her know that it wasn't me. So you Gucci, nigga. And I said, yeah. Because that bitch will go 0 to 1,000,000. And you know what? It is what it is here, too. I said, a lot of people want me to feel some type of way and feel remorse and sadness. I don't feel no sadness, baby. I feel very indifferent. I don't feel like my ego. I don't have an ego. Never have, you know. And God said, that's what they know too. A lot of motherfuckers is looking like, yeah, maybe you had a bad day. No. It's just y'all raggedy ass that's accumulating the world that really need to be eradicated and really just need to be burned at high temperatures and not buried in the earth, because the earth is getting tired of all these heavy ass bodies and heavy ass clothes and heavy ass caskets that they gotta really try to spit up here too. And God said, ain't that the truth? A lot of y'all motherfuckers want everybody to be what? All into you, bitch. I ain't into nothing. See? And you ain't amazing, motherfucker, to me, and that's what you need to know. You thought that you was amazing, all bitch. Unfortunately, I said, shit. You really need to tell her that it's 2 of y'all, but it is. And you really want to act like this and act like that, but shit, we ain't got time for no games and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48, I'm tired. And whatever games y'all got going on, shit, I don't have nothing to do with none of y'all games in this world. I don't give a fuck about this hospital down the street, around the corner, 2 blocks down. I don't give a fuck what you need to do over here, what you need to do in the next continent, the next state. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm worried about me and mine, and that's all y'all need to know here too. When I literally am walking, I'm dissecting, I'm analyzing, I'm breaking shit down, I'm trying to see what I should and what I should not take. And that's it. And that's what I came up with. So I don't give a fuck if you got a motherfucking Maserati, a Ferrari, a Bentley, or whatever the fuck case may be, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you got gold chains and 8 million goddamn it apartments in a motherfucking Timbuktu. It's not my shit, and I don't give a fuck about what you got, boo. And I don't get jealous, and I don't have envy, lies, trickery, and deceit. I just leave it the fuck alone and keep on moving forward, because I gotta go to get my ass back on feet, because it's a multitude of people that's been knocking me down, blocking my ass, blocking my family, and act like it's okay. And God said, that's all y'all been doing our whole entire life. And y'all act like it's okay. I am a United States citizen, bitch. And you act like it's what? Something wrong with that? You own United States land, bitch. And God said, damn, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Unbeknownst to them, damn. And that's their truth. Police station is here. So a lot of people are looking like, yeah, you told them this and you told them that. And I said, nigga, you sound stupid. All y'all don't see, because somebody got spiritual gifts, baby. And me, shit, I locked the damn door because it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I got to get some rest, but I couldn't even get no rest. So I locked the door to the police station, and you know what? Tried to close my eyes, but shit, didn't nobody come to the door. And I said, who the fuck was she talking to? Whoever wanted to get it, nigga. If you want to get it, come get it, because I don't play that shit. I ain't got time for people to be playing with my life. I ain't got time for people to be trying to rape me and set me up and all this other stuff and act like, yeah, that's cool. Trying to take money off my card and shit. All that stuff that y'all be doing over the years. Y'all gotta stop that, baby. Because me, I don't care. And you know what? I prosecute everybody to the fullest extent of the law. And they like, won't she? And I will. And wouldn't have no problem with doing it, boo. And you like, yeah, I think she will. Yeah. And I will look at you, said you did me wrong. And you act like what? Shit, I'm fake, bitch. I'm legit. See? And if you go to the Minnesota Secretary of State, bitch, I am a business. Yes, that is legit. And yeah, you can't write that off, unfortunately. Damn. I could have talked to you about that. And you like, damn, I could have said that to you. And you could have. See? Instead of acting like I'm a crook. But you the crook. Can we talk about it? But you don't want to talk about that, boo. You like, yeah, she is around all this and acting like, you know what, it's okay. Shit, I ain't never ever scared. Fuck it, I'm tired. Nigga, I done dealt with these big ass huge niggas. Everybody can get it. At least I'm gonna get some licks off y'all motherfuckers. Cause I ain't drinking and I ain't smoking and I ain't doing all that popping pills and thizzles and drugs and shit. I'm clear-minded, bitch. And God said, that's what I'm going to stay. She ain't going to try to give no drinking and nothing. And you act like what? That's what you want me to do. I want her to get a little drink and... nah, bitch. We staying sober, baby. We don't fuck with tourists, me and born in May. And you like, don't I know it? Secrets is here. A lot of y'all want to act like, yeah, we the official police and everything, and somebody looking like shit. She don't give a fuck about that either. And I don't. I don't care about what position you have in this world, because all this shit is fake, phony, and fictitious. And it is. Because if it was real, I wouldn't have never been put in a multitude of situations that I was being put in. And God said, don't we know it? See, pay attention to the red flags. So the signs are cautioning you, Taurus men born in May. and you think these niggas got your back, I'm telling you, please do not believe these motherfucking police, okay, officers, please. Look, as far as anybody I can throw, shit, I don't fall for nothing. I don't trust men, I don't trust women, I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust little babies. Shit. Even if my little brother Leonard be looking like he's suspicious, he know I got a knife in the door. I said, yeah, I gotta change my energy. And he do. I said, you don't know why you come towards me, but he gotta change his energy because a knife be in the door and that nigga be trying to get through the door. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't even trust little infants because these little infants be toxic too. And I be like, yeah, nope, I don't give a fuck. So pay attention. You be thinking that these police got your back, or you could be the police trying to act like you got somebody back, but you don't. See? And I already know nobody got my back. See? I already know that. Shit, do you think I'm caring? No. Please, I've been out here, bitch, by myself. And even the Vato says, shit, what the fuck is going on? Can anybody tell me what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Because she looked like she ready to just go ahead and just say, fuck it. And was. And God said, ain't that the truth? I can't even get to the motherfucking hospital. They sit up here calling everybody like, calling all gods. Okay, damn, nigga, I was just coming to get some breakfast, nigga. They like that face, though, shit. That face will make somebody think you ready to kill somebody. And I be ready, shit. And God said, I left my weaponry over there in raggedy ass child molestation area. And God said, ain't that the truth? Gratitude is here. So someone needs to have more gratitude than what they have. But you know what? It's not me. It's that other bitch. And I said, ain't that the truth? I said, a lot of people don't even know that shit. People out here struggling, baby. And I'm like, shit, she ain't even want to do this and do that. But you know what? I'm fed up now. I don't even want to deal with this and I don't want to deal with that. But shit, what are you dealing with, nigga? And that's your truth. A lot of y'all Taurus men born in May already know that you hurt yourself, baby. See? You let that thoroughbred go. You like, damn, nigga. I said, unbeknownst to you, that bitch said shit. She don't want to deal with none of them motherfuckers. And don't. I said, yeah, that's her. Damn. Can we talk about it? And God said, memories is here, see? Someone here is analyzing shit and saying, yeah, you was the grimy ass motherfucker in this situation and you acted like you wasn't. I said, shit, that bitch don't deal with nobody. And I said, now we know who you talking about. And God said, you really tried to pass somebody off as like a slut, a hoe, and all this other stuff and everything. You know how y'all niggas do it. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, they was smelling and everything. Just because a bitch is homeless don't mean they gotta be smelling, nigga. And your ass be smelling like some hot bologna. And you act like what? Is you homeless, nigga? And that's what the running joke gonna be. Hey, hot bologna. And you like, yeah. You like that bologna with the pickles and shit in it. And that shit nasty, boo. Take a leap of faith. So a lot of y'all need to, you know what, transcend and be who you need to be in this world. Because me, I don't want to deal with nobody. And I'm chilling. I'm finna literally go to sleep because I ain't had no sleep. And I literally had to be up all night. And sleep deprivation can make you do some things. And you know what? I ain't trying to do no things. And I ain't trying to talk about some those kind of things, nasty thinking ass mind Tauruses. So if you're dealing with a water sign, it says confidence is your key. It says get you a pet. And then we have the Five of Cups energy is here. What's in the mind? The continent of Australia. And then it says missing you right now. A lot of y'all don't even want to tell people that shit. I don't even want to deal with no water sign, but shit, I'm so glad they missing me. Maybe I'll not call them so they can keep on missing me. And that's how you like to play mind games, you know. But me, I don't play mind games either. And you know that too. You like, shit, if she miss you, she'll call and tell you. She'll let you know. She'll send you a whole huge book. And I'll be like, yeah, that's that bitch. And God says, shit, I don't know how you got through that. And shoot, you didn't. And that's your problem here, boo. So if you're dealing with the earth sign, it says judgment day, a bad one. Dealing with the air sign, it says stay focused. And dealing with the fire sign, it says saved you from more trauma than you know. So a lot of y'all need to understand that shit. Fire is amazing, bitch. Don't you ever get that twisted, okay? I know y'all want to look at bitches and be like, yeah, you a fire sign and we can tell shit. Fire makes shit move. Y'all be stagnated and stuck. Move, bitch. Move. Nigga. And you could tell my face gonna be even more skinny. I literally walk, I don't know how many miles a day, you know? And I eat, but I'm just getting skinny because all I'm doing is walking and shit. They keep on putting me out of places at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning and shit, knowing that I'm sitting here waiting, you know what, for the daylight. They can't even let a bitch wait for daylight, you know? And they don't even know. I'm suing their ass. I'm suing the company, and I'm suing them for punitive damages, all the employees. And they act like what? They can't be sued? They can. Fuck you mean? You can't be sued, baby. Like, yeah, we'll be going in your bank account. So, I'm about to be knocked out because you know what? I ain't got nothing else to do. I done had a long day. I really did. So if y'all could send me a cash app, that'd be great. My cash app is EEI Grow, which is Etiquette Enrichment Incorporated Grow at gmail.com. Sometimes people need to communicate to the people that's actually taking action with something so they'll know some things. But even God says, shoot, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And then after that, shoot, I gotta see what else I can do. Grandma says, shoot, hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. That's the song that came out last night when I was sitting in the Brown County Police Station front door. You know, in the lobby area where they got the door, and then the foyer area. That song. Isn't that the Nelson sisters? Hold on for one more day. I gotta make the something. Wait a minute. Break free from the chains. You say, I know the fairest way that you hold on for one more day and break free right from the chains. Ooh, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. So some of y'all gotta hold on for one more day. And there was a reading like that I put out years ago with that title, Hold On for One More Day. I would research it, but shit, y'all ain't that special. I ain't finna research that shit and open it up so that nigga could be splicing shit and everything. Be like, yeah, I think I remember that too. The nigga that's sitting up here deleting my shit and editing my shit and everything. I said, nigga, one day he gonna realize that he ain't got his pinky toe. And he don't even know who took his pinky toe, but shit, they be doing so much in the air and the space that sometimes you gotta be fully aware that you is okay. And me, I like recording myself because it makes me be in the present state of things and not in la la land. And that's why I always, before my phone bill became due, that's why I always was recording myself sleep, because I know I'm in the present state of things and not in la la land and somebody like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had you last night. No, you didn't, nigga. No, you did. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Even when I was in the police station last night, shoot, I was jumping up and everything. God kept on waking me up and everything, making sure the door locked and everything. So I was Gucci. And I was happy that the sunrise was 5:17. So um, but I really wanted to sit at the gas station, but you could just feel the energy like I did something wrong. I said, you know what? Fuck all y'all raggedy ass people. That's what the fuck they look like, raggedy ass niggas. I said, let me get the fuck up out of here. You know? And sometimes God be making me privy to what people are thinking, to how people are feeling, you know? It's not me wanting to tap in, it's what God be like, here, pay attention. And that's what I do. I said, yeah, let me start walking. Shit. And a lot of people, you know what, always act like when they tell me I gotta walk somewhere, they be like, yeah, that's a punishment. Bitch, I do this on a regular. I've been walking all my life, nigga. And that's exercise for me. So if you give me something that something you gotta walk to, thank you. And God said, ain't that the truth? Shoot, she gonna be happy to walk. And grandma said, don't you believe it, boo. You gonna learn today. A lot of people is always doing things, but shit, I'm finna get some sleep and rest, because you know what? It is catastrophic that me, as a United States citizen, I ain't got a dime. And everybody be acting real funny towards these United States citizens and acting like it's okay, but a lot of people need. Look how dang I done got a tan on my face and not on my arm. Y'all see that? Dang, I got real dark, boo. Or is that at YouTube? Who knows, right? But I've analyzed that even deeper, you know. And a lot of foreign people may get out their body mind about that, but they already know that it's true, you know. A lot of people may be like, yeah, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? But the whole thing is, people have to allow you to get what you need in this world. They can either block you or let you move forward. And they know that. See? Ain't no way in hell that someone was allowed to get trillions without them just allowing them to get trillions. You know, they ain't blocked their ass, they got trillions. So how could they be blocked? They ain't blocked them at all. But people been blocking me everywhere. And I can't even get a whole decent YouTube channel because everybody is hating on that. Every time I get a job, every time I say this and say that, everybody goes 0 to 1 million. You know what I'm saying? I can't even go to the bathroom. Everybody looking like, damn, is she in the bathroom? Shit, nigga. Damn, can a bitch shit and piss? Fuck. And that's how it be, being me. You know, I can't even get a hotel room without motherfuckers banging on the wall, putting air whatever toxins or drugs in the goddamn areas and spaces and shit, and like what the fuck. And that's why I don't give a fuck about human beings no more, cause y'all don't give a fuck about me, baby. And y'all want me to care, but shit, I don't care. And God said that's what y'all need to know. These last couple of weeks that I literally have been bopping around and everything, y'all have literally shown me how much y'all don't care, you know? So, and I got video of that bitch. And y'all like, yeah, why you got that video? Cause I need to know. And God said, shit, they ain't even know. Unfortunately, there's so many people that want people to not have this and not have that, but y'all was so busy trying to fuck up a bitch with all this Febreze and everything and all these smells and stuff. Didn't even know she was recording y'all, huh? I said, yeah. And she got that other chick on there too. The one that was sitting up here talking about some, yeah. We got rules for a reason. I said, you made yourself look real stupid, boo. And it looked like you was sucking on her pee pee while you was sitting up here trying to, talk crazy to an empress and a high